Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Belchan.
I'm Nimakung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. Chap. 26 Sec 2 of Jane Eyre, an autobiography.
As.
Ah.
Jane Eyre, an autobiography. Brontë. Chap. 26 Sec 2. The clerk did the same. Brontë. Rochester moved slightly, as if an earthquake had rolled under his feet, taking a firmer footing, and not turning his head or eyes. He said, profound silence fell when he had uttered that word, with deep but low intonation. Presently Mr. Wood said, I cannot proceed without some investigation into what has been asserted. The ceremony is quite broken off, said behind the voice behind us. I am in a condition to prove my allegation. Mr. Rochester heard, but he did not. He stood stubborn and rigid, making no movement but to possess himself of my hand. What a hot and strong grasp he had, and how like quarried marble was his pale, thin, massive front at this moment. How his eyes shone, still watchful, and yet wild beneath. Mr. Wood seemed at a loss. What is the nature of the impediment? He asked. Hardly was the answer. I have called it insuperable. The speaker came forward and leaned on the rails. He continued, uttering each word distinctly, calmly, steadily, but not loudly. It simply consists of the existence of a previous marriage. Mr. felt their subtle violence as it had never felt frost or fire. But I was collected, and in no danger of swooning. I looked at Mr. Rochester. I made him look at me. His whole face was colourless rock. His eye was both spark and flint. He disavowed nothing. He seemed as if he would defy all things, without speaking, without smiling, without seeming to recognize in me a human being. He only twined my waist with his arm and lifted me to his side. Who are you? He asked of the intruder. My name is Briggs, a solicitor of Street. I would remind you of your lady's existence, which the law recognizes. Favour me with an account of her with her name, her parentage. Certainly, Mr. Briggs calmly took a paper from his pocket and read out in a sort of official, nasal voice. I affirm and can prove that on the 20th of October AD, a date of 15 years back, Edward Fairfax Rochester of Thornfield Hall in the county of and of Ferndon Manor in Shire, England, was married to my sister, Bertha Antoinette Mason, daughter of James Mason, merchant, and of Antoinette his wife, a Krill, a church, Spanish town, Jamaica. Of it is now in my possession. 10th. that if a genuine document may prove I have been married. She was living 3 months ago, returned the lawyer. I have a witness to the fact, whose testimony even you. So, I will produce him first on this spot. Mr. Mason. Mr. Rochester. On hearing the name, set his teeth. He experienced, too, a sort of strong convulsive quiver. Near to him as I was, I felt the spasmodic movement of fury or despair run through his frame. The second stranger, who had hitherto lingered in the background, now drew nearer. A pale face looked over the solicitor's shoulders. It was Mason himself. Rochester turned and glared at him. His eye, as I have often said, was a black eye. It had now a tawny, a bloody light in its gloom, and his face flushed at a left cheek and heel as if I had received a glow as from spreading, ascending heart fire. And he stared. Lifted his strong arm could have struck Mason, dashed him on the church floor. Shut by Ruth, blow the breath from his but Mason shrank away, and cried faintly, "Good God, contempt vocula, Mr. Rochester." His passion died as if a blight had. Charvel it up. An inaudible reply escaped Mason's white lips. The devil is in it if he cannot answer distinctly. I again demanded. Sir, interrupted the clergyman. Do not forget you are in a sacred place. Then addressing Mason, he inquired gently, "Are you aware?" "So, she is now living at Thornfield Hall," said Mason, in more articulate tones. "I saw her there last April." "At Thornfield Hall," ejaculated the clergyman. "Impossible. I am an old resident in this neighbourhood. So, and I never heard of a mice." I saw a grim smile contort Mr. Rochester's lips, and he muttered, "No, by God." He held counsel with himself. He formed his resolve and announced it. "Enough. I'll show both at once, like that. Play from the barrel. Would close your book and take off your. Sir Clerk, leave the church. There will be no wedding." Today, the men obeyed. Mr. Rochester continued, heartily and recklessly. "Bigamy is an ugly word. I meant, however, to be a bigamist. But fate has outmaneuvered me. Providence has checked me, perhaps the last. This moment, as my pastor there would tell me, doubt the sternest judgments of God, even to the quenchless fire and deathless. 1. Gentlemen, true, I have been married lives. You say you never heard of a mice up yonder wood. To gossip about the mysterious lunatic gap there, and a watch and word of whisper to you that she is my bastard half-sister, some mistress. I now inform you that she is my wife. To be continued.